Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Kenny, and this is Scandal Season 6, Episode 2, and the name of this episode is Hardball. So let me get started because this was a rather good episode. The episode opens up where it's back. It kind of retros back to Millie's convention when she accepts her nomination as the Republican candidate. And we actually see after she makes her speech, damn, Marcus is tearing up and shit, and Quinn and Hugger like clowning his ass like, are you crying? You really need to man up, man. I'm like, it was so funny because like you really see that he has a really strong connection to Millie. And we actually see later on that, yeah, there really is some chemistry. And we've been seeing this quite some time. Even in season 5, we started to see that there was a closeness between them because at first they couldn't stand each other. They were fighting like cats and dogs, but it's like more and more they're becoming more closer, and we're seeing like a real strong connection between the two of them. But Olivia makes a warning to Millie that, look, Millie, he likes to climb the corporate ladder, because when I first met him, he was just a community activist. Then next time I met him, he's messing around with the mayor's wife, and he's like, running for political office, and then now he's with me, and now he pretty much, now that he's pretty much been like your mentor throughout your administration, now he's kind of like trying to use you to come up in some way, so you need to be aware of that. But don't go down this road with him. And Millie's like, well, hey, I'm just flattered by his gestures and stuff, but it's nothing going on, and you can definitely tell Millie's lying. Marcus is definitely getting to it. After that, we actually see that after that, we see that Olivia is meeting with Fitz, and she's trying to plead her case that Cyrus actually killed Fargus. Fitz doesn't want to hear anything of it because they're saying the election is over, and he's pretty much in the frame of mind. Olivia's doing this because she still wants Millie to be president, so she knows if you convict Cyrus, that definitely leaves the open territory for Millie to be president. So he's immediately dismissing it, saying like, no, I'm not going for this bullshit. Even the director of the FBI, her name is I think Webster. Her and Olivia actually are school friends. They actually went to school together, so they actually know each other. But you really see that I think like the two of them were actually arch rivals, because you had Olivia coming from this well-to-do background and went to one of the top boarding schools in Europe, and yet this girl, she's also very Ivy League as well. So you can definitely tell there's that tension and camaraderie there. And we actually see that both of them are all saying that, look, we're going to get a conviction. The guy who's his assassin, I think his name was McClinder, we're going to convict him, and once we get a conviction, we're burying this. Cyrus being his president, Millie, it's over, let it go, cut the bullshit. So that's pretty much what happened in that scene. We actually see that David Rosen, along with Director Weber and Abby, are literally trying. Well, we actually see Abby's watching. They're pretty much trying to get him to make a confession, but he's not confessing the shit because he says, I'm not going to confess to something I didn't do. I didn't do this. I'm not confessing the shit. So y'all can take this and, y'all can shove it up your asses. And we actually see later that Addie meets up with Drake, and she asks Drake for a favor. The question is, what is that favor? Well, let's just say later on, after, because we actually have a scene where director, I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep calling her doctor. I think I have a DR in my notes, and that's why I keep calling her doctor. But I mean to say director, so forgive me, y'all. Also, if I miss anything, please feel free to put it down in the comments. But we actually see that Olivia and Director Webster actually go out to dinner. But it's all a ploy to get her information because we actually see that they actually investigate, the cabin that got exploded in, episode 1, Jennifer's cabin. And while they're there, Quinn and Charlie are disguised as FBI agents. They actually find her laptop, but then the person that's working with the FBI pretty much told them that they had to put it in this canister. So the FBI ended up getting the laptop because they're there to do, because Olivia's doing her own investigation. So we really see that now they have to find a way to get into the FBI to get that laptop so they can research her information just to see what more does she know about Fargus and Cyrus. So what they decide to do is that Olivia takes Webb out to for drinks or whatever. They're talking while they're inside having they're catching up like as old school girlfriends because they did go to school together. Huck gets her fingerprint outside of her car, sends it to Quinn. Quinn gets into the building, requests the laptop, and they pretty much make their mark. And Olivia pretty much is doing all of this fake flattery and stuff with her and pretty much stalls her until she got the text that, we got it. Then she lets her go. But what ends up happening is that she gets a text, I think, from Rosen saying that she needs to get down here because they're not letting him in to see McClinda. So she shows up. David's out there. They won't let him in, and Abby's pretty much, sitting there because Abby has set this whole shit up. And because Abby, since she became chief of staff, Abby has been that bitch. That little mousy Abby. Some element of her is still there, but most of it is gone. It's like Abby is just on boss 24/7. It's like you can't tell that bitch nothing. So Abby's pretty much sitting there and saying that, you can't go in there right now. And she's like, well, that's my client, and I'm privy to talk to my client. But she's like, yeah, but you can't right now because someone else is in there. And next we see Jake come out, and they go in. And McClinda is shaking in his boots to the point that he even pissed himself. And I'm like, damn, Jake, what the fuck did you do? I mean, Jake literally had that man scared shitless. So shitless that he made a confession that he killed Vargas. So, immediately, when Olivia finds out about this shit, her and Abby go at it. And she pretty much saying that what you're doing right now is that you're being on the wrong side of history. Because what you're doing is that you're just trying to get into the conviction just to save your job and save your career and save your ass. You're not really about getting to the truth of the matter or what really actually happened. And here it is, you got an innocent man to confess to something he didn't do. Alright, then we also have a scene where Cyrus and Millie talk, and he actually offers Millie a position as vice president, in his administration. She immediately goes to fuck off like, be vice president, work under you. I've actually have a career working in politics. I've had a career, going door to door. I've had a career, actually building, a presidency of building an office, of building an administration. It's like, you haven't done nothing, fucking Cyrus. All you've done is use people. You've manipulated people from the moment you got into the game. And on top of it, you're a murderer. All you do is slaughter motherfuckers to get your way, and that's all you've done. I've worked hard to be who the hell I am, and then you got the nerve to think I'm gonna risk everything that I am, which is far greater than anything you could ever be, to actually put that in the back burner to work for you. You got me fucking tripping. And I'm like, damn, Millie, you just went in. But then Cyrus kind of, he clawed back on her ass and was like, look, regardless of what you think about me, I did not kill Fargus. And I know you hearing all this shit that Olivia's telling you, but I'm like, this is the best opportunity you're going to get, so take it before you end up on the wrong side of things, and there will be no coming back for you. So I'm like, oh shit. So Cyrus came clapping back at her ass, but So definitely that was dingling in her mind, she could be vice president. So after that, we actually see that Millie and Marcus. We actually see that Millie and Marcus are getting more and more closer, and the next thing you know, they have a scene where they are drinking moonshine, and I said, "Oh shit, they about to smash." You done got some liquor involved, and you got some moonshine on top of that, because that moonshine don't play. Moonshine makes some things happen. They start drinking that moonshine, and all of a sudden he was like, "You know what? I think I'm about to leave," and she's like, "Oh no, don't go." And boy, he put it on Millie, because Millie started talking to Liv the next day and was going in like, "Oh yes, I literally had a religious experience. Yes, I was blind, but now I see." I'm like, Millie, get your life, baby. Shoot, Marcus tore her ass up. And immediately you see that Olivia's like, "I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you." But you see in Olivia's eyes like, "No, I'm about to fuck this shit up." And we see that's exactly what she does, because what she ends up doing is that she tells Abby to get Marcus a job as the press secretary. And when Millie finds out about that shit, she is mad as hell and pretty much tells Olivia, "We done. I'm over this shit. You always try to take everything good for me." But then Olivia lets her know, like, "No, boo-boo, you want the Oval. You can't have both. You can't have love and the Oval. You can't have love and power at the same time. Like, you can't be normal and have this powerful position. Like, you need to make a choice. You wanted the Oval, I'm giving you the Oval. So therefore, you and Marcus, that's not going to happen. So you need to let that shit go, and you need to focus on getting the Oval, because that's what I'm dedicated to do. That's what you hired me to do." But then she drops the bomb. Well, Cyrus offered me a position for vice president. Yeah, we're done, girl. We're done. I'm like, oh shit. But then again, what ended up happening was that her and Marcus end up meeting up, and he's happy that he got offered the press secretary position, and Millie is mad as shit because she feels like he just used her as a come up to become press secretary. So she goes in, brings up him sleeping with the mayor's wife, brings up him being a community activist, and how you just are just using, women to get ahead in life, and that's all I am to you. I'm just a stepping stone. And he's like, what the hell you mean? Of course you're not a damn stepping stone. But Millie ain't trying to hear that shit, so she pretty much tells his ass off and just leaves. And she says, "Oh yeah, and congratulations on your new job." And we actually see that she actually goes to meet up with Cyrus, to talk about the vice president position. But she also asks "Can you also let Marcus know that I'm here?" So they catch Marcus. Marcus goes all the way to the Oval Office, and where Millie was actually there, but then Millie ended up leaving. So I think that was a message to him to say that I could have had a powerful position, but I turned it down. So why didn't you do the same for our love? Why did, when it came down to a powerful position and you being with me, you chose an opportunity, you pretty much chose a position which was going to hinder our relationship. So I caught the subliminal on that. That was pretty deep. Oh yeah, so as I was saying, Quinn and Charlie and Hulk, they pretty much get back the laptop. There's a lot of images, like over 5,000 images that are just flashing, so it takes them time to find out what's going on. But towards the end, they find an image that was really truth-telling, and it's an argument between Fargus and Cyrus, where he's calling Cyrus every bad name in the book, telling him that you're despicable, you're a monster, you're disgusting, and I can't wait to throw you at the bottom of the jail. So Fargus was up here with Cyrus and his bullshit, and what happens is that he probably found out a lot of, I think his brothers probably was still in his ear, and his brother was letting him know all the crazy shit Cyrus was doing. So he was pretty much done with Cyrus' ass, which is pretty much more true telling that, yes, Cyrus had him killed. Oh yeah, and then another thing, you know, the main reason, like the whole thing with after everything that happened with Millie and what happened with I'm sorry, what happened with Marcus and Millie? Forgive me. Olivia, you know, comes into the office, and Quinn, Huck, you know, they're going back and forth about her getting married to Charlie, and she's still up in the air about what to do, and like, why does he want to marry me, and blah blah blah, and Olivia just pretty much let her know, like, look, you have the opportunity to be happy, take it and be happy. What the hell? Most people will kill for that opportunity. What the hell are you doing? Why are you second guessing it? Not many people get this kind of opportunity. Not many people get love on their doorstep like this. And you're sitting here questioning it, that whether you're good enough, whether you're worthy enough. Get the hell out of here. Go take it. Make it happen. Make it work. So we pretty much see that Olivia is for love, but she knows that Millie wants the oval. And for Millie to have the oval, she can't be distracted by any type of loving relationships. Her head needs to be into the game. Whereas Quinn, this is Quinn's opportunity to actually have a life of her own and to just be normal. So that's pretty much what I have for you. That's pretty much what I have for you guys tonight. But again, if I've missed anything, feel free to put it down in the comments. I would love to talk to you about it. But yes, subscribe to my channel. Leave comments on this video, like this video, share this video, and I will be back with you guys next week for another episode of Scandal. So until then, everybody, take care.